They will have lots of units just in here. We need our guns to reload. Get them around there quickly. You run in there. You run in there because they're about to fall. This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Be sure to click on the link in the description to get this game for cheaper. Greater Wall Western Front is currently available at £21.30 at the time of this recording. Brilliant game and is much cheaper than buying it from there. Make sure you get it. You can have the Victory Edition as well, which is also cheaper than there. The link is in the description. Be sure to press it before jumping on the website. You will be given a Steam key code if you are using Steam, which you can activate really easily. Be sure to check it out. And as always, thank you. Welcome back everybody to another MoisTea gaming video where we are playing as the Allies on Elite difficulty. We want a challenge. This is what we have got to do it on. Speaking of challenges, we do have a couple of challenges which have been requested. I nearly got a clean sheet on the Central Powers campaign. Now, because technically it was no casualties, however, I lost a tank. So that means, technically, really, if you think about it, I probably lost around 18 men because the men inside it would have perished. So I'm going to have to, at some point, go for a clean sheet battle on this. So that's going to certainly be interesting. And the other one is where if I use tanks in a battle, then I cannot replenish them if they are lost during it. Well, obviously at the moment, because we have just started in 1914, tanks are a little way off. But these are two missions I do want to do during this campaign, and another one is to capture the capital. That is the main goal of this campaign, making it very difficult because we've got to shove our way all the way up there, which isn't going to be too nice. In the previous episode, the enemy had 17 cores up there which they needed to distribute, and it looks like they have. And they also attacked merrily on this territory and Soissons as well. It wasn't particularly effective from them, but they didn't really waste too many men neither. They had a dabble and then decided to call it a do. So all of these are going to be... I'm going to have to analyze the front line and secure any gaps. I'll do that first. I do have the British up in the Calais area, Commonwealth forces and the Belgians. They all work nicely together, meaning there is no disunity of command, reducing morale while the French are fighting the rest of the front on their own. Found a point where we can move one. So in villas, there are 3 cores next to it around, so we'll do with that. While we have 2, I can live with that. And we're gonna have to have 3 in Arras because they have 4 in Lille. So I can move 1 up to Ypres for the assault. We've got 3 in Hazebrook as well, which we should be able to hold quite merrily. Getting to the French lines, we have Noyon with 3 and Compagne with 2, so that's fine. Suzanne with 2 versus 6 at Lyon is not looking good though. We're going to have to scrape together some troops from this area. Again, into fortify this region as well. There's a 6 and a 4 next to it, so I don't fancy those chances. Particularly, we've got 3 here against another 3. We could steal 1 from there and stick that in Soissons. We can do the same from here, steal another one and fortify Chateau Thierry. So it's going to be 3 versus 2, which I can live with. Around Verdun, they've got it surrounded by 3s and 4s. I'm going to steal one and stick that in Soissons as well. In fact, I'm going to steal 2. Bit risky because they can attack 3-4 turns in one, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Metz, they have... Oh, they've got quite a few units here as well. 4 versus 2. 4 versus 3. Here we only have 1, so I'm going to have to steal that extra one and stick it in Epinal. And then we've got our attacking force. We may need to reduce what we have here just to strengthen these 2 up. We're going to have to do it. 1 in Nancy. And 1 in Bar-le-Duc. I want minimum half of what they have in the adjacent areas, with other things to consider. For example, if they can attack from 2 sides. So Bar-le-Duc will be more secure than Nancy, because in Nancy they can attack from 2 different directions, whereas Bar-le-Duc they can't. We have cash that we need to distribute. They clearly want to attack this area, but the ones which are areas which are most under threat, I'm going to stick a supply depot in, because that will give us the advantage. Now, up here, don't think they're going to attack. It's more around this area and around Metz area, so I'm going to sort that out. Let's stick some in Nancy and Bar-le-Duc. Make sure that that stays strong. They may even attack Charlton and Maine, so I'll stick another one here. I do want supply depots all over the front, but I also want to make sure that we have enough supply, cash, sorry, roaming around. Now, we could bolster a few more, but I just don't want to drain our money too much, because I want to make sure that we can still attack. I'm going to stick one in, and I will be okay there, I think. We'll be okay. That would be good enough for now. This means we have troops which we can actually attack with. Up the north, we're going to be attacking Ordinard from Wipers with the British, Commonwealth and Belgian forces. They've got 5 corps there. And down in the south, we've got another French force which we can strike Saarburg with and push on to Haguenau. If I said that correctly, probably not. Cut off all these 3 regions here, and we will then be closer to the enemy. Now, I do want to make the enemy's line longer, stretch their forces out. If we get to Haguenau, they will have more to defend. And if we take Ordinard, they will have 3 more provinces to defend, while we will only have 1 more, spreading them out further. That is the plan. It is on elite difficulty, so we need to make sure that we gain some advantage back. In technology, in the previous turn, we unlocked the storage tent, which gives us the access to the supply depot, which is the very first thing you must do. You need supply to do everything else. And we have wartime donations. Getting cash in early is an absolute must. I will be trying to get down to the wartime bonds as quickly as possible without compromising our combat effectiveness. And we also got the helmets involved. The Germans do get a combat buff on elite and a campaign buff, so we need to make sure our economy is strong and that they can't just walk over us. They are also very aggressive. If you watched the last episode, they attacked us 3 times on the first turn. Not ideal, but to be fair, it is what we wanted in the first place. So let's get to it. Let's attack Saarburg. They have 3 infantries here. We have 8 with 3 elites in there as well, so we'll be sure to utilize them. I'm wondering, because the French units have a special ability which is home front bonus, meaning if they are in their own territory, I think, then their supply use is reduced. I'm not too sure though if it reflects that if we start going into German territory. Well, let's just have a gander. It's definitely something worth looking at. The auto-resolve thinks it will be a automatic loss. Let's hope it's not. They do have major buffs and things, but I'd like to think that we can actually get through. So this region is an important rail junction between Paris, Saarburg, Metz and Nancy. So historically this would have been a very good strategic location to conquer. While we wait for the game to load, I do have the Discord up and running. It's a little bit basic at the moment, but the link is in the description. I'm going to try and sort it out so that if you are a member of the channel, it will reflect that on the Discord. I think I just need a couple more members to sign up for as little as £1 a month for the basic things. Then I think I can properly sort it out. It's just a little bit fiddly and all a bit new to me. Hopefully it works itself all okay. Now then, we are attacking them. Gonna have to utilize these forests as best we can. This is going to be fun. I'm going to set up some trench work. If you follow the channel, you will see that I generally have a route which I like to take when making my trenches. I'm going to do the same thing here. One thing I've just realized, the enemy may well full attack because they're very aggressive now, so I'm going to have to actually be very cautious. I'll set up these trenches. Okie dokie, the trenches are complete. I have decided to be quite assertive in this. We've got 8 heavy field artillery batteries ready to go. I'm planning on using them quite readily. We have the back trench currently occupied as the units are quite forward. Then we have our left flank at B, which has 5 units in it ready. Just elite infantry. If the enemy do decide to attack, we can reinforce it from this area. And A, we have 10 elite troops ready to march forward, with 4 as a reserve to help go forward after the first assault has begun. Now, this is where things may get tricky. Our artillery can get all the way to the back. Now, I'm thinking if we push through this forest, we shouldn't take too much fire because it's a little bit of a hill. We can bombard half of this anyway and just start blowing them to bits. I will do a pre-bombardment, not with siege artillery, but with the normal cannons. And taking this shouldn't be too much of a problem if we can also pre-bombard that. Now, they are quite separate little bits of trenches, so we should be able to come at the side at least to some degree. And then if we have to, move all the way over to Y, run through this forest and attack them from the sides, meaning we can flank them effectively. I fully expect the enemy to attack us. Hopefully we have enough reserve forces available to do this. They will have artillery. I don't know where it is or where it will be. So we're just going to have to go for it and see what happens. Just going to set up a pre-bombardment now. By that time I've got the troops orders properly sorted. This should have reloaded. Artillery is on its way. There we go. All that is being hammered thoroughly. Need to move our units up. These units now have orders just to move to the right, and then we'll press forwards north while the artillery reloads. They do have a balloon. That would be nice if we can take that out. I don't know if they'll be able to see us. We need to hit that actually quite readily. We'll do that on the next barrage. The enemy may well see our assault coming and at least hit us with some artillery of their own. We'll be sure to do that next. I didn't see that in the beginning. Just wondering if the enemy are going to come and attack us. They probably will. More artillery coming down. I've got 4 for the balloon. And some more trench work being exploded. Hoping this eliminates the balloon. You'd think 4 would do it. Problem is you can't be too specific on where the thing is, as I can't see it. It does not appear that it's gone. I don't know if the field of view will be diminished. Fog of war, even, should I say, because we just don't know. Might have to go for another one. I don't really want to. I think we're just going to have to go for this attack, you know. I've given them orders to move up. They're going to wriggle around that side. Hopefully it will be enough. Notice how the troops can't be entering this grey zone anymore, so they're quite boxed in. If the enemy do decide to do an artillery barrage, we might be in trouble. Gonna have to keep an eye on that for sure. Our guns are still reloading. We should get some more fire down before we enter the trench. Oh, here we go. See, that pause button is lovely on the space bar. We'll move them all this way. And then continue going forwards. If this was a multiplayer game, we might be in a bit of a trouble, but we knew this was going to happen. This is why I wanted the balloon. Quick, lads, move! Yeah, they don't like that too much, do they? From that attack, we've pretty much learnt that the enemy have around 3 artillery batteries. We are sending our own shells down. Let's get in the forest quickly. They are shooting us. Sending some RT on that section as well. Oh, there's an MG as well. Get them all in the forest as quickly as they can. Neutralize that machine gun if we can as well. In the forest they should be hidden. Eliminate that machine gun while we're at it. Like I said though, in there we should be good. They will have lots of units just in here. We need our guns to reload. More machine guns, wow. Now we're being hit. Gonna have to give them orders. They're gonna have to move, or they're all just gonna get obliterated by the artillery. Might be the case anyway. Quickly go home, chaps. As long as we can get in this area, we might be okay. We've definitely lost some troops there. We do have a bit of vision now, meaning we can take out these emplacements a little bit easier. We're gonna have to get more troops in, that is for sure. That emplacement is needed done. We're gonna lose this if we're not careful. They do have an advantage. Just send these home. Get in the trench quickly. If we can take out these machine guns, we are definitely much more better off. I need to move these troops over. They will probably be sending reinforcements in. I need to get reinforcements in of my own. Better start doing that now. Get the more elites in. Even start sending some of these guys up. That's actually a very good idea. Get them in the trench. We can move some of these in once those artilleries have finished firing. Taking out the guns themselves. At least the MG guns. We barely touched it. Oh, we aimed for this, but it was to the left. That's why we didn't hurt it too much. Get rid of these remaining systems. Right, so that one's gone, and that one should be suppressed in a moment, so we can move troops into this section of trench. Oh no, there's some there. Bombard that quickly, chaps. You're gonna get hurt. You need to move. Just gonna have to win in at this point. You're knackered. That machine gun is still active. I just need more troops up here right now. That's what's holding us back. Don't know what's going on with these, but they're not having a good time of it. You're getting hammered now. We are in that trench. Get these two in. These run in there while you hold back for a moment. Need these to come forwards as well. We are in here. We need to take care of this. start hitting these units which are remaining. They haven't actually come over with more, which is a little bit surprising. Need to keep 2 units down here just in case the enemy get giddy. So I'm not being counter-attacked right now. We can get more elite troops in. Get them in the forest. We're just being hammered by the artillery. We need to push. They are taking this section now, but we need more troops up there. We need to take care of that artillery. So because they're all gone, it means that they're not in here anymore. I don't know what's up here yet, so once we've got more troops in this section, we'll be a lot better off. Somebody is shooting. This back line. Not too many of them left. We'll just barrage them now. Let's silence them. Get these across while we get more troops in. Excellent, we've taken this point. Now, what is over there? Oh, there's some artillery guns. We need to get in there very quickly. Definitely need to get in there. Let's try and bombard some of this. They will have units in there. Maybe we're just going to have one artillery bombard that section. Bombard some of this best we can. So we can actually start getting some units in there. Got these troops ready to go. Need these running over there. All of these need to spread out. You're tired. They must have sent some artillery this way. Get in that forest as quickly as you can. I want this gone, but I suspect there's going to be troops in there. Nobody's shooting at me. Oh, there they are. They are in there. Go for another barrage of that. That will suppress them to some degree. While we run in, they are sending more units in. Well, they have quite a few here actually. We need to push this section quite readily. If we can get more in, we'll be onto a winner. They have some there as well. We don't have any artillery ready for that. You just need to get in that trench at this point. So do you. Running out of troops to run in with. You stop running across. You're going to get murdered if you carry on. You need to get there to hold that. You also need to get there to hold this. We need the artillery to reload, and we need to bring yet more men in. We can actually restock from this section now, which is very nice. We'll be sure to do that instead of waiting around for 3 days to get round there. Was the main point of getting up here. This is definitely much more difficult. They have a double unit in there. Hopefully that'll take care of that. And we need to start bombarding half of this as well. Supply is getting a little bit lower. Oh, that's cool. Can we just run into that trench? There are units in there. Go for it, lads. Go for it. Now, who's shooting this time? They're shooting. Oh, there's a double one in there. Don't cancel that. They're not going to get rid of that balloon anytime soon. We need to disable this. Going to be losing quite a few men in this. Elite difficulty is definitely much more difficult, as you would expect. Get them around there quickly. You run in there, because they're about to fall. You get around there as well. We can just get some troops in, we'll be good. We need our artillery to reload again. Yes, so effective. Where are you going? Get in the trench, man. So they still have a double stack of units here. That observation balloon is proving to be a nuisance. We're going to need to leave A couple of units here. We may even start taking some of these units and plomping them down there so we can have a thinner line of defense while we actually attack. We need more troops in. You can run down there, that would be good. You two go there, not all four of you. Need to take care of this. We're going to get a barrage on it. And get more troops in. Take care of this artillery, would be lovely. Need to take the command trench. Get these elites in there. Start taking that. You move around. You just go home at this point. You also need to go home at this point because you are well and truly done. They have elites in the trenches. They still have units over here. I need to deal with them, really. I suppose it won't matter though if we have the observation balloon ready to go. What is that? That's another artillery piece. If we can get some units into this forest, we can start thinking about attacking. We are being hit by here. Not ideal. We can bombard it. Again. Some troops being a little bit silly. Probably pressed the wrong button. Get more troops in. And down here as well. We've taken that command trench. We are... Oh, they're counter-attacking. In the forest. That means these can also see them. I need to deal with these. They're just being very resistant right now. Need to get into this trench so we can actually shoot at the enemy. If they're in there, that's not going to do us any good. They're going to try and retake their command trench. Again, more troops are needed. Quickly, lads. We only have 8 more minutes remaining. You all get in there as quick as you can. We should hold that command trench, thankfully. Got another unit in there. Both of these in this line even, while we get another one in there. We have these here ready to go. We should actually be able to flank these, as this area should be empty. Don't know what else they have in this area though. We are actually starting to run out of supply. We need men in this forest. These aren't being shot at. A balloon is actually going to go down. That is very nice. We need to replace these units. We have the command trench back in our control. We are being murdered by something. Oh, this area is clear now. Right, okay. Need both of those to go in there, and we need these to get in this forest. I think they're going to keep sending units to try and take back this command trench. We need to get in this forest immediately. These just need to go home at this point. Get 2 fresh units in there. Have a backup ready to go around this section. These units did run around. We can have them just sat right there. They're clear they're not going to be attacking, so we can do the same again, but with these. Shuffle these across. And we have 2 on each. We have the command trench. We are shooting the enemy. If we can take care of them, then we are definitely into a winner. And the forest is more to our liking if they keep sending units that way. Ooh, lovely. German request to surrender. This means we get all the points. Well, that is good. We will lose less men this way. Our first attack has been successful. Germans have surrendered and all remaining control points are ours. Excellent. This will reduce casualties on both sides. What a good do. Interesting. That is definitely more difficult. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Casualties is going to be an interesting question. Fairly equal. We actually lost more than what the enemy did, which is the first time that's happened in a very long time. And that is with our elite infantry as well. Interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's go back to the world map. We got a great victory from that. We have hammered their national will by -8, and we could potentially take this tile next turn. That's a good start for us. We lost quite a few men. That cost us a fair bit of money as well. Interesting to know where the enemy are going to be attacking next. I'm sure they will. Got plenty of things along here, so we'll just have to wait and see. Now we're going to have a go at Ordenard. That's going to be difficult. Stay tuned. We will do this in the next episode. I hope you have enjoyed this so far. And I hope to see you there. We have the Discord up and running if you are not aware. I think I mentioned this earlier in this episode, actually. There is a link in the description. It should work now. It has been tested. I hope to see you there. Please join. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.